everyone, SoranotRoxas here, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is just pouring down raining out there. I myself actually just came from the gym. I took a shower, I feel a little refreshed, and as soon as I left the gym, a whole bunch of rain just started pouring down, so I'm like, oh my god. It was light rain, so that was good. It didn't start raining really heavy until I got inside, so thank God for that. But you don't want to hear about that. No, you want to hear about why I don't have my glasses on. No, you want to hear about Final Fantasy 15. And to be fair, has to be one of the games I'm really looking forward to. And of course, there's not a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo, Square Enix, so I have to settle for Final Fantasy 15. And don't get me wrong, I've been looking forward to Final Fantasy 15 since 2006. So, my god, how old was I? 15 years old at that time? So, please, like, can we get some type of confirmation on whether Final Fantasy is gonna be out soon, have a release date or something, because I don't know. Every time I search up something, it's just like, oh well, the reception of Final Fantasy 15 is positive. Yes, reception is nice, yes. Having people be anticipating your game is fine and all, you know, hype up your game, whatever. But that can also backfire, because we can get something like, well, most of the games that came out in 2014, or the year before that, or so far this year. I mean, with something like Battlefield Hardline, and don't get me wrong, you know, I already talked about Battlefield Hardline. I'm not going to keep bashing on the game, and I shouldn't bash on the game because it's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as Battlefield 4, at least not to me. But you know, there's still this disappointment when you play it, as well as some of the other games that's been coming out. And I guess the most popular game right now is Bloodborne, but oh my god, I didn't even care for Dark Souls. So why would I want to play Bloodborne? And I've seen gameplay from it, and I might have to get a hands-on with it, because otherwise I don't find it interesting at all. Yeah, it's a very pretty game to look at, you know, so was the Order 1886, but no, it's not. There's nothing really big going on right now in terms of video games, and believe it or not, in terms of movies. Like, what was the last thing I reviewed? 50 Shades of Grey, and that was terrible. That was an awful movie. What's doing good at the box office right now? Cinderella and that movie Home, which I know was gonna suck. I knew that was gonna suck right from the beginning, but you know, of course the kids went to it anyway, but that shouldn't matter, you know, it's a kids movie. But I'm happy to say, finally got my hands on the Final Fantasy 15 demo thanks to my friend Shadow Chaos. So thank you for that, Shadow, if you're watching this video once again. After getting my hands on with the demo, I have to say, I'm really liking the battle system. Yeah, of course, I know what you're saying. SoranotRoxas, you know, you're obviously a Kingdom Hearts fan. You love Kingdom Hearts, and you love the Kingdom Hearts battle system. And this is exactly what it is. It is a Final Fantasy version of the Kingdom Hearts battle system. And believe it or not, it works out really well. Which makes me say, out of 3 Final Fantasy 13 games, why didn't they implement this? You know, they literally thought of, you know, Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy 13 Versus at the time. Of course, I love how they're trying to, even with Final Fantasy Type 0, which was supposed to be sort of like a spin-off of Final Fantasy 13, or it takes place in the same universe or something like that. They totally try to separate these games, which is fan-freaking-tastic, because I fucking hate Final Fantasy 13. I'm not gonna lie. I know. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I know. I don't care for Final Fantasy 13. And a lot of people try to justify it, saying that they like the game. Yes, if you like the game, that's fine. I don't see why. If we're going from the first one, yeah, it's okay. I do kind of like the first one. It's mostly the sequels that really got to me, and this is also coming from somebody that did not buy the last one. I didn't buy Lightning Returns, so I have no idea how that is. Just from seeing the minor gameplay on it that I saw, I knew I wasn't gonna like it. And the story, you don't care. I really don't care about the story. Final Fantasy 13 was so And I know Final Fantasy is known for having a lot of exposition, but that took it way too far. There's more. You're doing more reading in that game. It should have been a book. You know what? It literally should have just been a Final Fantasy book, and that would have been fine with me. That seemed like that would have been a lot more interesting than, believe it or not, actually having the visual there, which is odd of me to say. And normally people want the visual more than they want the copy of it. Like, more people are going to go see Hunger Games at the movies than read the book. That's fine. I can do both. But with that being said, it's Final Fantasy 15 does not suffer from this problem. This gameplay is interesting. These characters are interesting. They lowered the characters from 6 players to 4 players, and this is actually possibly the first time Final Fantasy has allowed you to have more than just 2 other players in your party, so it's not just a total of 3 people fighting, it's actually 4 people fighting at once. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 had you have 6 players in your party, and you have to customize all of them and blah blah, upgrade all of them, but there was only 3 that can appear on the screen. This isn't the case with this, thanks to the new battle system that they have, which is just a slower paced copy of Kingdom Hearts, like I said earlier. But it manages the work. It actually takes advantage of the system that it has. It does feel like Final Fantasy, but at the same time having that little distinctness of Kingdom Hearts. Even with its music, seems like it's from Kingdom Hearts. The battle music, even the standard music when you're just running around does feel like something from Kingdom Hearts, but it manages to work, and it blends so perfectly. Mostly because both games take things from each other. You know, Kingdom Hearts has a lot of Final Fantasy elements in it, and that's no surprise considering it's from the same freaking company, as well as the same creator, Tetsuya Nomura, who has done a fantastic job so far. Seriously, he's like the Kojima of Square Enix. If he leaves, I'm gonna be so pissed. Please stay with Square Enix, man, and as well with Kojima. Please, I don't know. I guess Kojima can do better without Konami. It's so odd that I feel like if these guys ever left their companies, we will get things like Final Fantasy 13. 3 or 2 or something like that. Anyway, but going back to the demo, Final Fantasy 15, it was a lot of fun. To be honest with you, it was a demo I played the longest. That has to be the longest time I've ever put into a demo. And, you know, I put a lot of time in the Battlefield Hardline. That's why I was able to come up with that, is it actually good video. But this is what I was looking for. This feels like a game that I was looking for. Next to Metal Gear, this has that old school. We're gonna put effort into our games. We're not just gonna wait for fucking DLC or something like that. Even in the demo, it felt more like a full game than in fucking Hardline's multiplayer. It's really good. Yeah, I might upload some gameplay from it. I don't know if I'm gonna upload it before I post this video, or after I post this video. But either way, it was a lot of fun getting my hands on with this game and playing it from start to finish. I like how there's 2 sets of chocobos. There's like these dark blue ones, and then there are the regular yellow chocobos. I thought that was pretty cute. And also, this world, it does kind of look like Final Fantasy 13, but also kind of like our regular world, or how, you know, Square Enix sees our regular world for the most part. It's a lot of, it's like our world, but we had like these weird dinosaur-looking creatures, as well as people that can still perform magic and whatnot. But yet you have your country stereotypes, which is hilarious because they look so Asian. not to offend anybody, but you know, it's like an Asian country stereotype. It's hilarious. The voice acting is really good too, for both English and Japanese. I was actually surprised. Normally the English seems like it's kind of phoned in, although I would say with the Final Fantasy games, I think when the Kingdom Hearts games really came around, the voice acting started getting a lot better. So that was around like early 2000s or so, because you can argue that a lot of the Final Fantasy characters do sound good, and these guys, you know, they sound like Yeah, they genuinely care for each other. There's some banter that goes on between them during random encounters, or even if you're just walking around, they might say, "Yeah, yeah, I'm getting kind of tired, or it's getting kind of late. We should set up camp." The sparring system is a lot of fun. You can only spar with one of your friends, but yeah, that's pretty neat. It's looking promising, guys. It really is, and I have to say, I really want to play more. I have not erased the demo yet. I'm gonna keep that up there for as long as I can and just play it, just enjoy it. I never knew running around in a circle, just in like a secluded area, and it's a big area. Don't get me wrong. This takes up like 5 gigs of data for a demo. So imagine how the full game's gonna be. Oh, I hope they don't do DLC, because Square Enix obviously showed us that they don't know how to do DLC. But even if they do, then that'll be fine with me. I don't mind buying DLC for a game that I like so far. Well, that's it. That's actually all I wanted to talk about. I played the Final Fantasy 15 demo. I thought it was good. I'm looking forward to the full game. I'm not going to give an analysis on it or anything yet, although I guess that just was an analysis. But so far, from what I'm seeing, I think Square Enix is on the right track, and they're through how much of the game? 66% of the game. So, yeah, I want to see more. I want to see a lot more. Hopefully, I want them to release hopefully another demo, maybe another part of the episode, and then they can release the full game. But they're most likely not going to do that. But of course, this was just an incentive to get people to buy Final Fantasy Type 0, but this really should be a demo that should go public for everybody. Or if you're going to do a public demo, let it be another one. Because this was interesting, and I think more people should get a hands-on this. So it's a lot of fun, and if you haven't played it yet, find a friend who has it, or buy Final Fantasy Type 0. That's not much of a recommendation for that game, because I don't know how that game plays, at least not on the consoles, but I don't even know what it's about. But it's worth it just for that demo, man. It really is. Or, like I said, just find someone who can share the demo with you and give it a chance to play it. Alright guys, that's it. I'm just going to end this video here, and I will see you on my next one. Take care. Oh, yeah, one more thing before I go. For the people who have actually subscribed to me or watch any of my videos, the little view base I do have, who are fans of My Little Pony, yes, I am aware that the next season will be coming on actually tomorrow. This is season 5. It's amazing. My Little Pony made it through 5 fucking seasons, and something like Young Justice can't even make it through 2, which is hilarious. But anyway, that's how our world works now with animations, with cartoons. So you got My Little Pony's next season coming out, and I don't know if I'm going to review that. I might just make that last part of the video part 3 of the series, and then just end it there. But we'll see. I'll see where I'm going to go from there. But that's all I'm working on right now. Besides that, there's no really movie reviews coming. I don't think until like the Avengers come out, so that's going to be like a month later. There's nothing at the movie theater I really want to see right now. There's no big blockbuster or big movie out right now. You know, Cinderella, it's Cinderella. I guess I will review that, but when I get a chance, that's not my priority right now. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Hey guys, SoranotRoxas here. I just realized while I'm sitting down, I'm editing the video, actually this video that I'm putting up right now for Final Fantasy 15, and I know I was very positive with the demo and everything, and there was actually some negative things I neglected to mention, and there are some things within the demo, within the game itself, that needs to be addressed, and I actually forgot to fit this into the actual video itself. It is almost 1 in the morning right now, and I'm still up doing videos. So real quickly, there are 2 lingering problems with this Final Fantasy 15 I like so far. One, although I do like that the combat is not turn-based anymore, I have to be honest, because it plays more like, well, an action RPG, kind of like Kingdom Hearts. The camera isn't as panned out as Kingdom Hearts is. The camera is really close up on the characters, or should I say character, which is Noctis, which is weird. How come you don't get to play as any of the other characters, considering that Final Fantasy has done that before? Well, I don't know, maybe they might do something different in the full game, but as far as the demo goes, playing as one character, you know, it is fine. But that camera is a problem, and it really needs to be addressed. It needs to be panned out a little bit more, or kind of like Kingdom Hearts, maybe I can switch it somehow. And it's a problem when you're fighting. When you're just moving along, you're just moving through open spaces, it's fine. The camera is not a problem when it's that close to the character. But when I'm fighting someone and I'm trying to swing at them, and you guys will see it in the gameplay videos, it's really annoying when you're trying to do that. You know, I'm swinging. I think I'm swinging at an enemy. You know, I got to pan around the camera and everything every 5 seconds, and it's spinning around a circle. It's really annoying. It's like doing this. It's like constantly doing this, and that is really annoying. So Square Enix, they need to fix that. Also, there was some lag issues. Fighting the goblins, there was a little bit of lag. It wasn't during my last gameplay, which is good, but just trying to make sure I get enough light here. But there was a bit of a lag issue when fighting some of the other creatures too. Like if there's too many creatures on the screen, it starts to lag just a teeny bit. I didn't have that problem with my second run through, so I don't know whether it's just the game wasn't fully installed or something, which is impossible. It has to be fully installed in order for you to play it. I just found that weird. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, it's those are my two complaints really for Final Fantasy 15. Otherwise, the demo itself isn't that bad. It's pretty good. I stick to what I said in the regular video, and that's it. So I'm done, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.